Welcome back to Ask Allison. Here is today's question. Can marketing to separate niches work? I do therapy for men in their 50s with anger management and depression issues, as well as premarital counseling in groups. Idea, Facebook marketing to men, Insta strictly for premarital stuff. Is this too exhausting? That idea? I'm excited to get into this one. First, I'd like to thank Therapy Notes for sponsoring Ask Allison. They are the #1 rated electronic health record system available today. They have a 4.9 out of 5 on Trustpilot and 5 stars on Google. They have live telephone support 7 days a week. Therapy Notes makes billing, scheduling, note-taking, and telehealth incredibly easy. And now for all you prescribers out there, they're offering ePrescribe. If you're coming from another EHR, they make switching super easy. They import all your demographic information free of charge so that you can get going right away. Find out what more than 100,000 mental health professionals already know and try Therapy Notes for 2 months for free. Go to therapynotes.com and enter the promo code abundance or abundant, and you can try for 2 months free. So try today, no strings attached, and see why everyone's switching to Therapy Notes. Marketing separate niches can work, but usually by finding that common thread between the niches. And while I'm sure there are some 50-something men with anger and depression planning their weddings, it doesn't sound like that's what you're looking for in your premarital counseling. So I'm curious about a few things. Are you straddling these niches because you truly love them both and find them both to be sustainable? Are you wanting out of one and moving towards the other? Do you have a personal connection to them both and that will maybe fade or be lasting, depending? So like, for example, if your father was angry and depressed while you were growing up, and now that you understand it as pain, you're committed to helping those men, versus you're getting married next year and premarital therapy is interesting to you, possibly temporarily, is one of these more sustainable than the other for you, is my question. So for example, people ask me all the time if I get sick of talking about the same thing with practice building over and over. And I'm honestly I'm surprised I don't. I could talk to you about niches until I die. I just don't get tired about it. So find that thing that you could do for as far into the future as you can imagine right now. For me, that's marketing private practices. For you, maybe it's men with anger management issues in their 50s who are depressed. Maybe it's premarital counseling. Now, are you doing either niche because you know you're good at it, but it doesn't really light you up anymore? Is it out of guilt that there aren't other therapists in the area that you feel confident to refer to? So to be clear, it is totally possible that you just enjoy working with these 2 different populations. I just want to sort through these other questions before we talk marketing. We have a million other questions in the Know Your Niche course in the Abundance Party if you want to dive more into niche. And part of why niching works is because you become known for a particular population. Another reason is it makes your clients feel really seen. So you can have separate niches, but it requires a ton more work. So 2 websites when they're this disparate, keeping up 2 social media platforms with different content for each. I would encourage you to focus on the niche that you want to make up 60% of your caseload. If you focus on 2 niches that don't overlap, you're going to grow a lot slower. And it's confusing for potential clients. It's confusing for referral sources. It makes you look less specialized. It can be done. The 40% niche can be grown via word of mouth and targeted marketing like a wedding expo booth or networking with wedding planners. Maybe just a 1-page website specific to that, or primary care providers, local Facebook groups, and a community that your ideal client and or their partners are engaged in. So I'm guessing the partners are the biggest driver for your 50-year-old guys getting into therapy. It might be that their partners are the one usually looking and finding you, and they're suggesting it to their partner. So just also be really clear about who you're marketing to with each of these niches. Today's free worksheet actually helps you focus on your niche and ideal client for more clarity and easier marketing. If you need help getting your niche or niches in the door, definitely join the Abundance Party as soon as possible. That's one of our very first steps in there, and it makes all the marketing stuff 1,000 times easier. That's at abundanceparty.com. If you have questions for Ask Allison, please DM me over on Instagram where I'm abundance underscore practice underscore building.